morning, everybody. We have, my name's Melinda, and this is Andrea from Spreadsheetables. We are popping on this morning to talk about app scripts. App scripts are something we've started using a lot more lately, and we want to show you guys that they're not scary at all. I labeled this video as a tutorial video. It's really going to be like just a quick overview to kind of take away that scariness from app scripts, and so that you guys can see the value that they bring to your Google Sheets. So that's the purpose of today's video. Again, my name is Melinda, and this is Andrea. We run Spreadsheetables, where we teach people to create and monetize Google Sheets. We have a membership with 400 plus different templates for our members to use. And we also have the CEO Spreadsheet Suite, which uses Google Sheets to run your business. I feel like we sent out an email today and last week to our members and to our audience about how Google is like taking over the world, along with Canva. Canva had a big launch too, but between the two of those, you're going to be able to really run your business, which is so cool because we've really entered a world that there is a subscription for everything, and they start piling up really quickly. We try to remind our members all the time to make sure you're doing your bookkeeping and that you're checking your subscriptions and making sure you end the ones that you don't need. So it's really cool that Google Sheets is kind of taking over some of those things so we can get rid of subscriptions. And app scripts is one way to add features to your spreadsheet so it can do a lot more for you. The reason we're tying in with app script today is there is the GoTo Summit happening right now. We left a link down below in this video, spreadsheetables.com/GoTo. This GoTo Summit is all on Google tools. So we don't do a lot of promotion of other events unless it really aligns with what we're doing here at Spreadsheetables. And so, of course, we love Google tools. We're using Google Forms linked with Sheets, email, calendar, all of those tools. While we specialize in spreadsheets, and that's where our heads are all year long, we really look forward to this GoTo Summit because we get to get caught up on all the latest and greatest with all the other Google tools. Sometimes they work with the spreadsheets, sometimes they just work within our business. So we find it really valuable. Last year, we took away a lot of key points, like we found out about e-signatures in Google Docs. Like that is a huge change that, you know, has allowed us to get rid of something like Google or DocuSign or all those other platforms. So
we used it and it was super cool. It was like really impressive the way it worked. It's
yeah.
So like you sign the whole thing, it already saves on your drive. You have a copy, everybody gets a copy of the email. Everything is so automated, which, you know, I don't know how DocuSign works. I never worked with that, but to me, it was something like you just put the document together, put people's, you know, the emails that you want to send to, and that is it. Everything else is automatically and saved and, you know, archived for you. It's really cool.
Yeah. And then I saw a notice that they're also allowing you to take payments for calendar, like appointments, which I think would maybe replace Calendly. Like it already did with Calendar. You could do some of those features, but to be able to take a payment for that is really cool. So I think we're going to see more and more features just keep rolling out. It's going to get bigger and better. And so this summit is going to give you, you know, little glimpses of all those things that can help you with your business. It runs from today, May 5th to the 8th. So go and get signed up. You can watch each day's presentations. It's completely free. But if you want to, you know, get longer access to those presentations, because they do, like day one, you need to go in there and watch day one, because by tomorrow, it'll move on to day two. So to get access, continued access, go and grab the Power Pack. Now, for those that know us and have been emailing about when Spreadsheetables VIP is open, it is still closed at the moment. We only launch so many times a year. But with this GoTo Summit, you can actually sneak in for 1 month if you grab the Power Pack. It's like a little bonus that you get. So that part is super exciting. Is there an echo?
Yes.
Is that me? Anything else with the summit before we move on to app scripts? I guess the tie-in with the app script, I've got people poking in. The tie-in with the app script is our presentation is on app scripts. I think it's on the last day, right, Andrea? May 8th.
Yeah.
And so again, that presentation is free. And then also, Andrea has AvaBot, which is going to help you with AppScript, and you can grab that also inside the GoTo Summit. Oh, there's another goodie. There's a goodie bag. I don't know if I'm supposed to advertise the goodie bag. I don't know if it's like a surprise, but
I mean, it's free, so why not?
Yeah. So there's another freebie in there from us in the goodie bag that is a sheet that is going to help automate some emails going out for you. It's really cool. It's a feedback system. I don't know if I want to tell much more, and you might see it later as we're talking on our presentation, but we'll get into AppScript. So Andrea and I didn't, we've always loved Google Sheets for years and years, or spreadsheets, and have used them for a long time and had been selling them. But we didn't do a whole lot of AppScript stuff until probably more so last year. And then even this year, we seem to be diving more into it as we realize how handy it is. And just making sure we figure out ways to be able to share that with our members, like putting the AppScript in there and sharing it. And so we don't want you guys to be afraid of AppScript. ChatGPT and Andrea's AvaBot has made it so much easier. I don't even think I would have dabbled into AppScript if it wasn't for AI being able to help us with that.
We do not, just a disclaimer, we do not have background in coding at all. Like none. So, I mean, I did something back in high school, but like this, we're not talking about ages here, but it's been ages. So, we do not have that background, that education or their certificate, right? We really just use AI to help us. So really all you need is the logic in your mind. And then you need to know how to relay that into AI so you can get the results that you want. And sometimes it can be tricky, right? So not every time you get it right. And then you have to understand how you can ask AI to help you troubleshoot something when it doesn't work, right? So, and this is what I go over on the presentation on the GoTo Summit is how can you use AI to help that? So how can you code when you're not a coder, right? So how can you do this and automate your spreadsheet and create systems? You can create a whole app inside of Google Sheets for your business. So you can get rid of technically, if you're going to think about it, the feedback system that we have in the goodie bag, it sends emails out for you. So technically, you don't even need, an ESP system, none of that. You can do all the automations inside of Google Sheets with AppScript. So, and of course, we have our Google, our @Spreadsheetables domain for our email is a Google business account. So we do not send emails from @gmail.com. We send emails from @spreadsheetables.com, but that's inside of Google. So anything that we do inside Google Sheets to automate sending out emails goes from @spreadsheetables.com. So nobody would even know that this is not inside, an email marketing system, right? We have our email marketing system, which is a whole other beast, right? But you could, if you're in the beginning of your business and you don't want to, spend that kind of money yet, and you can use something like that. So anyways, go watch the presentation and then go grab AvaBot. I'm going just rambling here now because I love it. I love AppScripts. It's just, it saves so much time. It's something that you can plug in your spreadsheet, and you don't even have to go inside of your spreadsheet just to trigger something. You can just do set time triggers. So let's say, for example, if you set a time trigger to run once a day, every single day, it can scan your spreadsheet, Find something that, oh, if this person, checked, send a feedback, for example, then it will trigger a separate email. And this whole thing, you don't even have to go in your spreadsheet. Everything runs automatically in the back end. So it is crazy. The things that app scripts can do is crazy. So if you haven't dabbled in, with it yet, because you're scared, because you're not a coder, because you never heard of it, just go watch the presentation because it is super cool.
Yeah, I think there's so many times that I've told people, like, just like we're doing today, where we're like, hey, it's like really cool. You got to check it out. It does these things. You really don't grasp it until you like see it
You're
in
doing
action.
it.
And then you're like, oh, dang, like this is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm starting to use it like all this week. And last week I've been using it like onboarding, or if you're a coach, you could be like having contracts go out or all of those things for you right from the spreadsheet, instead of, opening up Gmail, typing out your email, hitting send. I know that sounds like, oh, I can write an email. It's fine. It doesn't take that much time. When you can do it from a spreadsheet, it's already like templatized, ready to go. All you do is hit send, like you type in their email, hit send. It will blow your mind that how easy it is.
This thing, remember I did the feedback system that we have, like, as a light version, right? And the goodie bag. But so I've been working on an upscaling one, which is you don't even have to hit send. So it's crazy, and I don't want to overwhelm you, anybody watching this, but like, we have the opt-in system, right? So somebody goes and opt in for our freebie in the system. That email, and then I on my automations in my platform, it sends an email, right? When somebody grabs a freebie, it sends their name and their email into our email for as a notification. So I created the whole system where Google Sheets will grab that email, will filter that email, put into the spreadsheet, add to the thing with the email, and then sends the email automatically from there. So you don't even have to go in and click the button or anything. And then because it's a feedback thing, so it sends the email requesting the feedback. If the person submits the feedback, and then the response goes into that same spreadsheet, which will mark as feedback received, and then it will send a bonus, right? Because we're doing, hey, if you send us a feedback on this product that you grabbed, your freebie or a product or a membership, then you can get a bonus, right? So normally on a system like this, yes, you could automate that in your platform if you use something like Go High Level, right? Like we use. But the whole thing of the response, right? When somebody submits the response, you can't really automate that part. So if you want them to get a bonus, you're gonna have to manually send them the bonus, right? Oh, okay, I got I got the feedback, so here's your bonus. So the spreadsheet does everything for you, and all you need to do is set up your freebie or your product, and then once that email goes out that they grabbed it, everything else is automatically goes out. So you don't even have to go into the spreadsheet to do anything, which is crazy to me. So we're testing that system still, and you might get some emails from us if you do grab our freebies in the GoTo Summit. So you will see that in live.
Awesome.
Yeah. But
That's
it's
exciting.
crazy. Like, it's mind blowing the things that it can do. Like, if you have an idea and then you use AI to help you develop that idea into something further, like, it could do anything really if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, it blows my mind that what's available
Yeah.
to you. And we're discovering more and more things. Like I went to actually create this spreadsheet for people and share it. And I had to test it as if I was a customer receiving this. And I realized that, oh, something isn't going to trigger properly in there. And so we were able to use ChatGPT to brainstorm and come up with like a code that will create the trigger for them. Like, it blows my mind
That was crazy.
Yeah.
You can tell the script to run a script for you automatically, which is like, what?
Well, also this ties in with like our rebrander tool that we've created. That it rebrands Google Sheets for people. So a screen pops up, you can change the colors with drop downs and things. and it will change it for you, which is pretty mind-blowing too, that you can do that. I wanted to show really quickly, just like we're talking about app scripts. So where are these in a Google Sheet? So if you go into extensions and go to app script, because this is the part I like struggled with first when I was looking at things, this screen is going to pop up. And normally, okay, so let's have a new one just so you can see what it looks like. So you're going to name it off to the side. This is where, when you're talking to AvaBot or ChatGPT and you're coming up with code, this is where you're going to put it. So just literally like paste it right in here. And that's it. And then you're going to hit run. It's going to show you like some troubleshooting stuff. But from there, you can literally copy, like if there's errors, you copy those errors, paste them into ChatGPT or AvaBot to troubleshoot from there. So that is really quickly. I don't want to go too much. Triggers are here. You might hear us talking about those. This is where you can add a trigger to run at certain points. So you would choose your function here. You could have time driven. And so this is what Andrea was saying, that you could have it checking your sheet every, say, 2 hours for whatever script you have in here, and then performing those actions instead of going in and doing it manually. So that's just a really like quick high level overview of where you would be putting that code when you are troubleshooting or talking with ChatGPT. So I don't want to scare anybody too much. Yeah, it's really easy once you like figure it out to paste it in there. And that's the one part that I was held up on. Like I would get AI would give me the code, and I'm like, where do I put this code?
What do I do here? Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're ever stumped, you know, you can ask AI and it'll help you out too.
Yeah. So the thing with AvaBot, it's that like it walks you step by step with everything that you have to do, where you have to click, where if you go normally into ChatGPT, you can ask it, and of course it will give it to you, right? But Ava was trained for beginners that never opened, never used AppScript, and we actually tested this with our VIPs before releasing it, and a lot of them were able to create systems and automate their spreadsheets. They're like, wow, I've never even, like, it scared me. I never even opened AppScript before because it just scares me. And I was able to automate something inside, using AvaBot. So it is definitely, and it teaches you, like, there's some things, like when you're going to run the script, there's like an authorization screen that pops up, and there are different types of triggers, right? When you can trigger when you open a spreadsheet, when you click a checkbox, for example, when you click a button, there's a time trigger. So there's different things, which I go over in the presentation inside of the GoTo Summit. So if you never heard of it, if you wanted to start working with scripts, but you have no idea how to even begin, or what to do, or how to ask ChatGPT, or just go sign up to the summit. And you gotta have to wait though, because it's on day 4. So May 8th, the presentation goes live. So just make sure you watch it.
Woohoo! Awesome. All right, should we leave it at that? I don't want to cover too much because we really go into it deep in the GoTo Summit. So this was kind of a teaser.
Yeah, I give examples too in the presentation of like the things that you can do, like clear checkboxes, or transfer things from one tab to another. If you have like a task tracker, for example, I show you how you can do the transferring over. When you're archiving something, for example, like a task that you completed already. So all of that is covered. And
I love that one. I think those are my 2 favorite, is being able to send emails. Oh, wait. Okay, I have 3. Send emails, putting timestamps in automatically when something happens in the spreadsheet. Yeah. And then being able to move like an entire row over. So for example, like Andrea said, if you close out a task, it can move that task to like an archived tab. So you still have it there. It hasn't disappeared, but it's there for you. It's probably my top 3 favorite things. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think I go over that one too. So that I go over that one. the timestamp one too. I love the timestamp one. It's really, especially if you're working with a team, and you want to see, you know, or an email, like when did you send an email, or when did you receive an email, or, you know, when somebody completed a task. And then, or even we actually use that system with our VA. We track the time that she works for us, and then the spreadsheet, there's a checkbox where she clocks in. To clock in, she just checks a checkbox. To clock out, she checks another checkbox. And then, of course, it's a spreadsheet. It auto calculates the total amount of hours that she worked that day, for example. So lots of things to do with AppScript. If you're not using it, we would highly recommend you to start using it, because it will make your life so much easier. We promise.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, we'll see you guys at the GoTo Summit. We will be there, and you'll see us talking about it all this week. So
yes,
we'll talk to you guys later.
thank you, guys.
Bye.